The Terrifying Lies Podcast, with music and stories by Craig Nybo. Greetings, friends. Welcome to the Terrifying Lies bi-weekly podcast, episode 0. My name is Craig Nybo. If you like stories from the scary to the funny to the absurd, I think you're going to like being in this room. I want to entertain you by any means necessary. Other than my family, I have one big passion. I love to write stories. Novels, short fiction, screenplays, and sketches. I also compose music. Most of my music tells stories as well. A while ago, I looked through a collection of stories I've written and composed. Some are good, some not so much. I've published some of the material. Other pieces will never see the light of day, not even on a bet. As I perused the collection, I thought to myself, I should create a podcast. I released some of the material several years ago under the name Harrowing Tales. At the time, I became discouraged. I spent an enormous amount of effort on the stories, and I didn't feel a return on my investment of time and passion. I pulled the podcast down. To my surprise, over the years, I had a few people reach out and ask where they could get the Harrowing Tales recordings. On a side note, it's amazing how much one kind comment can lift a person. Take this as an invitation to friend me on Facebook, to message me and email me, to get to know me, because I would love to get to know you. Back to the business at hand. As part of the Terrifying Lies podcast, I'll be releasing the old Harrowing Tales recordings along with plenty of new material. You're going to hear short stories and some even longer tales that will extend over several episodes. Even more, I plan to end each episode with an original song. Each episode will begin with a bit of commentary about what you're about to hear. I might even invite a few other storyteller friends into the studio for a short discussion. You can expect each episode to run between 30 and 45 minutes. Each episode will have a music score, mostly original, and sound production to get you right into the action. Releasing a consistent podcast requires a tremendous amount of work. Once I start, I don't want to leave you hanging. Initially, I plan to release Terrifying Lies in seasons of 13 episodes, with a new episode coming out every other week, with a 2-month break in between seasons. You can look forward to a new episode every other Friday at high noon. If it goes well, maybe I'll shift to a weekly release schedule. If you enjoy Terrifying Lies and want to keep it on the air, tips and donations are the best way to help. You can click on the Support This Podcast link from wherever you listen. Just look at the Terrifying Lies podcast profile, click on the link, and you'll find instructions. You can support the podcast at different tiers, including one for 99 cents per month. That's like spare change you find in your sofa cushions. You can practically fit 99 cents under your thumbnail. I'm planning to do some pretty sweet promotions for those who support the podcast at the $9.99 per month and up levels, including random drawings for games and music. Who knows? You might even appear in one of my stories. Each episode will have commercials, some of them for my own products, such as books, board games, music, upcoming Kickstarters. You can always help out by picking up a few of these items. I'll autograph everything before I send it to you. The best way by far to keep Terrifying Lies on the air is to spread the word. Let people know about it. Above all, I just want to entertain you. Stories are the only common thread in Terrifying Lies. You'll get horror, science fiction, fantasy, and more. I'm excited to put this project out into the world. I hope you enjoy the trip. Welcome to the realm of Terrifying Lies. And not to leave you with nothing but words, I'm going to end this season's episode 0 with an original song. This one came from my album Zombie Sing-Along 3. It's called I'm No Martyr. It tells the story of a man who, in a moment of frustration during the zombie apocalypse, paints the words, "With guns we shall all overcome," on a building. His phrase becomes a battle cry among those on the front lines in a war against the undead. The man who writes the phrase is heralded as a hero and promoted up the ranks. The only problem is, the guy is a coward. He regrets ever writing the phrase. I hope you enjoy it. And most of all, I hope to see you back for episode 1 of the Terrifying Lies podcast. The Terrifying Lies podcast, with music and stories by Craig Nybo.